They're consulting the starter. So first we'll give them the decision, but do we kill the land? I think they have probably at least 1 or 2 basics. I'm still going for it. And we do it now so they cannot use this 1 extra mana. Of course they can use some Fountainports or Caverns or something like this. So this is a bit of a risk, but I will take it. I guess we can take it. Our mana is very solid, so we can use the red mana. Alright, so they have basic, but they still lost the second color. Alright, here's the monument. I'm happy we took Ultima, however it's also a little bit late. So now we are going for the Marang. We know they cannot counter it. And that also means we probably don't need... So this is like Esper control, like we're playing a bit of a mirror here. And the problem is that we will probably not resolve Ultima, and I'm not sure what to do with this part. Okay, so, that was the bait, but I really didn't think it will work. So by casting Marang main phase, the only way you can punish it is by, you know, making a play yourself when we cannot counter it. But that plays into our Ultima, but I'll be honest, I had like zero hope that it will work. This is probably the best way we could find a solution to both of the problems. If they cannot play another monument, we might be back into this game. Because, you know, the mill version is very deadly. Like, if this stays, you need Ultima to counter it. And it's a very expensive card. So usually they can out-counter spell you. And you are on a death timer. So they know that you need to play it. They will be chilling every turn closer and closer to victory. So monuments are very deadly. We need to stack some counter spells before they get another. Don't. Okay, stock up is fine. Obviously, you know, incredible card that I would love to have here, but, you know, it's better than the monument. Wait, they can still play the monument, man. Okay, and here's our land for the turn. How many lands they have? They have a lot of basics, man. They have Fabled Passage, so they must have some basics. So that means we just play Demolition Field and we cheer. Because our draw is kinda garbage. We have only, what? 1 card for the matchup, basically. So we have 1 card and our opponent has up to 7, depending on how good they draw. But I'll tell you, probably not less than 1 playable card for the matchup. So we kinda need to bluff for now. Wait until we hit some stock ups. Ultima. They decided they don't need it. That's an interesting decision. Incredible draw. This is the type of stuff we need to start drawing. And we have 7 mana, so no more lies cannot counter it. I know they can get the counter spell, but we need to kinda go through them anyway. Like, counter spells are very limited in this matchup. We have also Annul for Monument. Okay, the bait. Love it. This does absolutely nothing. And now we can kind of force the plays. Okay, I really like this turn for us. Nope. Consult. This is the big one. And we still have double blue. With this, if they counter, we can pay. If they 3 steps ahead, like, this is incredible for us. Oh man, those are the big plays. I really want no more lies. They still have 1 counter spell, so Revelation won't be resolved right now at least. It's such a good card, but I think we go with this into Normalize. Counter spells are the key to this matchup. The more you have, the better. And we have a lot of mana, so every turn we are making a bit of progress. Okay, when we hit this Consult the Star Charts, that's solved most of our problems. As you can see, now we are going strong. They will probably not tap after this turn again. Alright, we need more mana. And oh boy, we are getting mostly mana. Like, obviously would love to top deck like some stock ups, Marangs, you know, more consults, like counter spells. This is the type of cards that matter. Lands are great, but you need 1 per turn. Everything above it is, you know, not really impacting the gameplay. This card does not do anything. We need to be ready for a huge counter spell battle soon. And if we fall on draws, we might get out counter spelled. Very bad. Man, we are really overdrawing lands. Okay, I think on the next turn we'll try to consult. I would love them to tap a little bit. But they're not doing it. They're kinda aware as we are. Oh man, this battle is okay, but it's not going our way right now. If we target it, they will ignore it. This is very important play. I think we need more to... Guys, this is a tap land, so that means on the next turn, we get 2 extra mana. So you don't want to attack where you are tapped on the, weak turn. You want to go on the most powerful turns. So we are going on the next turn at the end step. And man, our opponent is also doing the same math every turn. Like, it seems that nothing is happening, but in reality, each one of us calculates who can out-counter spell who. And if the answer is, I probably cannot out-counter spell, you pass the turn and you accumulate more power. Okay, this is big. Those... Bro, look at this one! Okay, we go this and probably stock up. Or... This will never work. This will actually never work. But it forces reaction. I think we still need some stock ups, man. We need to stack more. Man, maybe we should go Fountainport. Oh man, maybe that was the play. Fountainport might have been the better play. There is a chance I messed up a little bit. I don't think those get lost matter, so we'll just discard them for the sake of having stronger hand. Okay, this is... Okay, thank you. This is where we are trying to shine. And moment I played the land, I was like, bro, if we draw Fountainport, that won't be pretty. Okay, we tap 3 mana, so this is our weak turn. Go. At this point, we're both probably incredibly stacked with counter spells. Beza is not something we care about too much. This is a good bait though. We will have to, do something about this one. We have 7, so they're not drawing, not life gaining, and I'm not counting the mana. Unfortunately, they go. This treasure is actually very meaningful. Sometimes this can be difference between countering and not countering. So let's go for this, just to make sure that there's no pressure on us. Like, this is not to win the game, this is to tap you. And when you tap a little bit, then they attack. We could go Marang here. Nah, I think we're way too tapped for it. And this is the moment when we can start making the plays. I don't think casting Marang makes much sense. 31 cards. Don't forget we're playing against meal strategies, so you don't want to go too low on this. And now we can start. This will take a moment before they react, but they will have to react at some point. We can make 19 tokens, guys. This will be annoying, but I guess this gives them more time to shoot the sheriff, so we cannot draw. That's okay. I mean, we could go Marang here. I'll go for it. I don't think they want to fight for it. We have 6 mana. Yep. Good. Simrip is actually kinda perfect here. Man, this solves our problem, and this helps us to threaten them way faster. And Marang is back. By the way, I believe we have 1 in the whole deck, so that was literally Marang we just played. So every time I mention that, well, it shuffles itself, so you get more value late game, like, look at this, we literally got like 2 cards for free. And we will go with Fountainports. So, huge advantage we have over our opponent is that we have Fountainport and also Demolition Fields. And I think our opponent is starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Bro, look, this is a true Gandalf game. Both wizards are just trying to get as many counterspell, as much magic for the final battle in the trilogy. That will be after like 6 hours of adventures. But this video will be a little bit faster, don't you worry. They want to draw everything. See how they started to play very aggressively and tapping out during their turn because of Fountainport. I wonder if they have Demolition Fields. I hope they don't. I don't love it, to be honest. But we should find answers. A little bit risky, but I want to speed up the lethal, so we avoid the life gain this way. Of course they can kill it, but that's something that won't change for a while. We might be forced to discard something. Okay, this is actually really good draw. Simrip would be better, but we'll take this. I mean, a land? It's not bad. I'll be honest, guys. I think this is a decent draw for the late game. We need as much mana as we can. Swing. You know that the deadly fish is onto you. But to be fair, this will take a while for fish with authority. Like, basically, first hit doesn't matter. Man, those... the Beza is kinda annoying. But it gives them so much time. But we also don't want to waste counter spells on this. Alright. We probably still have more lands, I would guess. Yeah, kinda annoying, but it is what it is. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't draw too many cards. Maybe we can just force them to kill us. It's not great to play like this, you know, and have this pressure. Alright. So they might be going for a kill a little bit. Let's go. We are paying a little bit of life, so every hit might matter. We're winning on Fountainports. I kinda forgot that we know the top card, to be honest. We can keep blocking every turn and just force them to find another play. I'm not sure who has more counter spells. We still have Annul in the deck, so that's incredibly useful. 23, so we can just pay life for 16 turns. And I will give them the stock up, it's fine. Man, what a game. We will use the fish to block them and start the game. So the new game plan is to try to force them to actually kill us. They're drawing like crazy. We cannot fall behind, like we cannot be ahead on the cards drawn, because of course first player mills. And I think we can get this to 0 cards, maybe even. Yep. It will be hard to beat them, man. Like, they have Monument that instantly wins the game. We need to actually go through the whole board. And that means you need to go through all the sweepers or removal or all of this stuff, but they need to discard something. So let's make another fish. Wouldn't be surprised if they kill the previous one. They're a little bit tapped, but not enough to force anything good for us, I think. I guess we could draw a few cards. But man, look at this stack. Like, what more can we do? Like, this is like close to perfect hand in a way. Okay, they discard. Man, they did not play it because they fear that we might mill them in one turn. Do we play stock up here? No, we just have to discard the new cards then. I don't want to go for Anchorage because, as you can see, they literally are discarding Get Lost. So if we give them target like this, they would be absolutely happy. And then we are 1 mana behind every turn forever. I don't think it's a good play. Here we are losing 1 life a turn only. Go fish. Go. We are not drawing cards. We are just stalling. This is such a fun gameplay. Because we are paying, like this basically has 1 power, but it taxes us 4 mana and it life gains them. So it will be harder to kill them, that's why I'm kinda giving up on this game plan. That's our Beza. But what do we get? We get the life gain and no cards. And our Beza is a little bit smaller, which is not perfect, and it also taps us a little bit. This is not a good card, man. Not for this matchup, but we'll still roll with it. And we are not tapping anytime more. This will be a huge turn to attack us. Yep. At least we get the life gain, which is kinda helpful. That's fine. Like, we just want to trade cards. Maybe in the late game we will attack with Anchorage. Or if we have more. Definitely not on this turn. This turn we are very vulnerable. We can tap at the end step because they cannot play Monument then. Or Rapture or anything like that. Right, they have Raptures too. So those are also win cons because they are meaning half of the library. So we will be at 12. Here you go. Here's your fish for the day. To stay healthy. Yep. And normally we would be at... we would be dead if not the fish. So this is the end step. Let's make another. We could take one fish to be a little bit aggressive and use the map tokens on it. Like, this is an interesting game plan. This is actually a very good draw. Like, I kid you not. For now, we just don't want to discard cards. We could... man, if we draw lands, we waste them. Our opponent needs to make the first move. They are the one that are, you know, behind on cards. So they need to make the first play, which means that we can be the one defending. And we will have more mana. And they cannot finish the game here. Like, they have 17 turns. And we can pay 1 life a turn. I think we have 1 Beza. But we will just sweep it later when we hit Day of Judgment or something like this. Or split up. Let's go. And this is why you kinda give up on the life total, because as you can see, it will be kinda hard to go through Beza, all the life, and authority. Land? See, we are literally both losing cards because it's not worth to tap for mana. Like, we know, man, every turn it's more and more powerful turn. Like, look at this stack. We don't know what's on top. If we double put counter, it will be a 3-3. It's something, it's useful. It forces another get lost. Man, I'm literally counting if I can stack single... Do I really need to exactly hit this huge powerful card so our opponent can prepare for it? Oh my god, I'm not happy about this reveal. At least we get the counter, so you know what, I'll take it. That was probably the biggest devastating reveal of the history. This really shows them not only what we play, but also that it will hit on the next turn. And this is instant, so we can punish them at the end step, which they cannot make the play then. So, out of every single card in the deck that could be revealed, this is probably the worst one. But we'll try. Let's see, they will probably prepare for the big play. Man, this is... I think I should have done it faster with the fish. I don't think it will win the game. Oh, now we are defending! Love it, love it. A treasure token then. Well, how about more mana? Oh, they won't like this one. Now they might start attacking again. This is not something you want to see. And we can keep doing it forever. Alright, this has to be Marang. We could play Marang to not waste it, but look at the tax. We only have 5. No, we cannot do it, man. We have to discard it. We are basically trying to keep our opponent in this middle ground where they cannot win, but also they are milling first. And our opponent is extremely, like, you know, insightful about what we are trying to do, and they are playing as well as humanly possible around it. And they hope for a mistake before the 14 cards go, and we'll try to not make this mistake. And this is why I like control against control. Like, tell me, did it matter who was on the play or on the draw? Like, in those decisions, it actually completely doesn't matter. Because the game will be decided by who outplays the most counter spells, who predicts the most levels of play, this type of stuff. And my turn. I have no idea whose turn is it. I guess it will be mine after this play. Those treasures might be game winning. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I'm not going for the fish because then they will just sweep at some point. So we will live gain them to 27, makes 7 fish. Then they play sweeper and we lost all of it. But treasures is something that will be useful, and it also renders no more lies useless. Like if you had 10 treasures, this doesn't do anything. And there will be one big turn. Alright. Yeah, we need to prepare. They're at 13 cards. They need to make a play in this time. We can go for Revelation, I guess. This forces some reactions, but we are actually very tapped here. We'll just discard the next card. We need more mana. Unless we hit another Revelation on the top, I think it should be fine. Land is, I kid you not, land is actually the perfect play. Let's go for blue. You know what? Red mana. No, blue. We need multiple counter spells. By the way, guys, we still have Annul, which can counter Monument. That's actually a very big card for the matchup. So we would love to draw it before the game is over, because it's 1 mana hard counter spell. Like, it doesn't get better than this, literally. I guess unless you play Force of Will, but probably not standard thing for at least for a moment. We have Ancestral Recall, but not Force of Will yet. If you don't know what it is, I actually saw it, but I never played it myself. It was too expensive for me at that point. Let's go for treasures. You basically exile a blue card, if I remember, and you don't pay the cost. So you can literally counter on the draw with no lands with this card, which is the big way the card is used. Split up. I don't mind this. This could be a really nice play. They might have more Beza, but I'll take it. Wait, we can swing. It's not like they will ever counter it, right? This way we get extra token. Like, it's meaningful. Then they have no board presence, so maybe we can force them again with some fish. I don't think this will be a winning game plan, sorry, but I think it's decent. Did I tap the mana for no... Man, did I actually tap the mana? Man, this is so bad by me. Like, this is... Yeah, I usually do it, so I tapped for colorless and I forgot about it. That's not bad. Not good. So this will be probably the turn when they attack, but those treasures are absolute lifesaver, man. And fortunately, I clicked the right option. Okay, this helps us a lot. So see, now Beza is not in the battlefield, and this might trigger them to go all in. Tap land. Good sign. Whoever attacks want to be at full power, basically, with all the lands, all the treasures, full hand of counter spells. See? They know. They know this is very important. And we're not countering it. We pretend that we are 4-colored, so they think about inevitable defeat. They killed their own treasures too. Oh, this ends the turn. Right. I will literally never remember it. Land from the top is very good. Man, I think we're starting to win here. Yes. Okay, so we know. We know that we need to make the play. But we are drawing more cards, man. They're down to 11. Man, are you as excited for this game as I am? I actually want to win this so much. And I think we can. So their win con, I expect Rapture and Monument. And probably they have like 2... Depends how many they play, but usually you play at least 2. So 2 of those cards I expect Monuments, rest counter spells probably. So guys, like we have 10 mana of... See? We caught them so hard, they know there's no escape. Man, this was a control, I think, a little bit of a masterpiece, if I can say so myself. Man, I'm so proud of this game. And it seems that nothing happened because nobody attacked. But if you know the gameplay, you know that they were in the situation that was just unwinnable. They milled first, so they had to make the attack. But they are not making the attack through 7 counter spells. And we have Fountainport with Demolition Fields, so we can chip them away turn by turn until they have nothing. We can make treasures, they cannot. So we will also have mana advantage. Man, this is the type of game that gets me going, you know? And next time we can sweep for the first time, or just play Beza if the board is not threatening enough. Which I really hope for. Okay, I need to think. I think we have a very cool play here. That might not be obvious. Other creatures you control gets +1. Another permanent leaves. Alright. But Sloth, it's such a misplay, because now they have extra mana. Yeah, and what they will do with this extra mana? Play another creature so we can sweep it on the next turn? See, this is just big braining this game. Alright, do we go for red or blue? I will go for blue. I think it's more important to set up the main colors. Let's see if they go for the play. I really hope they take the bait, man. Like, if they play 1-drop, it's literally free card for us. Oh, they're not taking it. But it's still, you know, worthwhile attempt, because you can only get ahead with this. And this should be Day of Judgment then. Alright, you know. The plays like this are like the key of to winning more games, because you don't lose like anything from it. But if your opponent takes the bait, okay, you just got an extra card by just, you know, making this play. Warden, of course, very, very annoying. But we have ways to deal with this. We can go Beza, or we can just Ultima and make sure they have nothing. And to be honest, this is incredible play. Soon we can just fight them on the board with Librarian. Like, they cannot really do anything about it. Voice of Victor, that's fine. Alright, that's a lot of voice and not too much of a Victor. We need to do it now then. Let's go. X is 4. Because of Voice of Victor, of course, we need to do it now. And now we are getting options. By the way, we would get kinda mana screwed, so that was very useful. Oh man, they literally are going for the kill. Okay, that's a lot, man. Well, we don't lose the card. So, unfortunately, when we play Beza, we will have the same amount of creatures. So I was like, okay, we play Beza and they have 2 creatures. For now, we can just go for Jeskai Revelation. We bounce this guy. We kill this guy. And we get life gain and 2 blockers. And we have 1 with Vigilance. That should be game. They cannot beat it because this deck just doesn't have enough power. Not the best draw. But I will take it. Because we have Revelation, so I guess we need as many lands as we can. Oh, we don't have Revelation, we don't need as many lands as we can. Maybe they will take No More Lies. Like, Jeskai Revelation is incredibly far from here. Like, it is a 7 mana play, after all. I would expect them to take No More Lies. This is usually the best card, because it just gives, you know, all the options. And Get Lost can only hit some of the cards, you know? So, you know, Counterspell at this stage is just simply better. And Split Up is very bad draw. We have only 1 card that they don't know about. No, 2. So hopefully we can create some ambiguity about what we have. Let's kill it. We could also go Split Up. Could be fine. To be absolutely honest, could be fine, but we should be able to solve everything with Revelation. We have double blue, so we don't need to bluff. Let's take red mana. Our opponent will know exactly why we are taking it. Basically, we either need to top deck stock up, Marang, consult the star charts, or just go into 7 mana with Jeskai Revelation if we get flooded like 4 turns in a row. And here it is, everyone's favorite Badger. I mean, we can kill it before it becomes a creature, so they cannot take extra mana, but of course they can also take it. I don't think it's the biggest deal, but this is a little bit better, I feel. Sanctuary is something we'll deal with, hopefully. they can still take the mana, but at least 1 and not 2. And now this fizzles because it has no target. So I think that was the best way to do it. And let's go for maybe blue. Okay, so the earthbending kinda got messed up, and hopefully they wanted 4 mana on this turn and not 3 that they had. So I really hope that we messed their game plan for this turn. We need to buy time. And that's a big chunky badger. And this is another land from the top. Amazing. I love games where you have no value and you just keep drawing less and less value until you are like, okay, I guess I lost. We can kill this. I think badger might be worth it, man. We don't have another place, so this is decent. I hope we can fight them on value. But by the way, if they duress on turn 6, I will just leave the game and not be part of it. Ritual Chamber is fine. Alright, another land from the top. I think that's 3 or 4 in a row. Amazing. Alright. I swear, if they're waiting with this duress for the last 4 turns to catch us exactly before we play it, I won't be a happy person. I won't be a happy person. They will either duress or unlock Annex, probably. If we can hit Revelation, that can fix a lot of problems. Okay, that's fine. I think we keep Demolition Field for when they activate Sanctuary. Unfortunately, they will get the card. Not much we can do about it on this turn, but we can bounce Annex on the next turn. Another land, you guessed it. If you bet that we'll draw 4 or 5 lands in a row, you just won nothing. Alright, let's go for the Revelation. This is the first good news of this game for us. So far it's been going absolutely downhill. Did they just draw it? Or did they mistime it for 1 turn? They can still hit something else. We bounce the... Oh, I guess they can force... That's kind of fine. Let's deal 4 damage to the face, might be relevant. And of course they will duress the best card, so hopefully it won't be land and something to duress. Like a stock up. Well, that was the card. That was the card. But with Beza we can at least say, man, it's going so wrong. But I think there is still chance that we can salvage it. No land from the top. I heard you like lands from the top for last... I don't even remember. Bro, how can you win the game if you draw like this? Like honest question. Like, what can I do at this point? Not even talking about this double duress that exactly hit, my place. Oh, I'm unhappy with the current result. Now they have Annex and they will absolutely like crush us on value. With this single card. Man, if we top deck another stock up or consult the start, like look how many lands we have. At least we never miss a land in this game because that's all we are drawing. So consult the star charge that we have literally 4 of can draw. It's close to tutor at this point. Like it takes 2 cards out of what? 9? This is fine. I commend the braveness of our opponent paying life here. And we can maybe try to get somewhere with this. We probably just take the hit. It will be what? Like 7? Something like this? So I think we'll block, but on the next turn. Oh, 6. That's even better. I cannot wait for the next round, man. We take this one. And the next turn, every dragon will be lethal. Okay, there's no way. We need to draw like stock up, Marang, consult. Outplayed. I don't think there's coming back from being so bad at Magic, guys. A good player would not draw 7 lands in a row. How is this real draw, man? I don't remember how non-lands look in my deck. That's so unfortunate, especially with this duress. So we couldn't hit even the stock up that we finally drew, and it was instantly duress on the same turn. So yeah, I will draw one more card, which probably won't be a land, but it will be too late. Like at this point, I don't know what we can draw to fix it. I guess consult into Day of Judgment, into consult, and then double consult. Like, this is the type of gameplay we need to think about at this point. Alright. I think we might be dead already. Yeah, I think we're... So, our opponent went for some relics, but we don't really need to counter it. And for now, I mean, we should be fine. Let's go for Demolition Field. It also kinda gives away that we don't have 3 steps ahead, which is a good thing, because they might roll the dice that we don't have a counter spell. Like, they know it's not 3 steps ahead because we don't have double blue. So we can kinda bait a response sometimes. Okay, this is perfect. Like, those cards do not do, like, anything, which means we can Demolition... Well, it's the end step, right? I mean, they can draw a card with this. Is it even worth it? They will just take the land. You know what? We don't need to do it now. Like, they can actually use this mana, so it's not as good on this turn. We'll use it later. Alright, so this is the big turn, because this is the first moment where we can punish them for not doing something. And listen, that's what we do. We pass the turn, and we counter some spells. Alright, we could go for Demolition Field here. They probably cannot use the mana. Let's go. It might be starting town to prevent the crystal. Mana. I think we go for this, because Fire Crystal is a thing. Sometimes you get it into your hand, and without starting towns you cannot get rid of it. And then, because they usually play 1 in the whole deck, they cannot repurposing Bay for it. So first we take the land. Let's go for blue 1. And now we can do the play. You know, our opponent maybe had hope, but it was never the case. We were just thinking how to counter it the coolest. We could stock up here, which is a really good play. And I think we'll risk it. No, because we have 3 steps ahead, so we can still counter and draw cards. And if they pass, we consult. 3 mana is probably the most awkward, so if we use No More Lies, that's the only one. I think this is a bait play. Our opponent doesn't have enough threats to force counter spells, so they're basically hoping for our mistakes. And we are not giving any. Man, I think we're winning this one. Let's go for this. Even if our opponent has counter spells, which I hope they don't, we should be fine. Well, probably not with this draw. Sure, I mean, why not? Let's take 1 untapped, just in case we need more mana. Alright, see, this is the type of turn we wanted. We can also double spell. Okay, so we Surveil. Fountainport is decent. I'll take it. We have so much value in this hand that I think we can take lands, just so we have guaranteed, you know, solid value. We can use it to put some treasures into the battlefield, and usually you need a lot of mana on one of the turns. See, like, all of the plays they are doing is completely not important. So we don't need to really, you know, like, not even respect it, basically. This is the first big play. We have Ultima in the deck, but we would much rather not use it yet. Counter. We do not draw cards because we don't need to. This is also a huge tell that we have second counter spell. As you can see, 3 mana, which is the main play for this deck, is left open. Now they probably won't go for it. But that's also pretty good for us. Here's the Fountainport. This might trigger them to do something, and we are not using it on this turn. So let's go for the Verge. I actually don't want to bait the plays. We can consult or just stock up. On this turn, the stock up is actually better. So let's go for it. The only punish is if they have a counter spell, but it seems that they want to use the other thing. You need to be careful because they can double spell, and both of those spells can be game winning. So you cannot really allow it. Definitely this. Sim Reap. Not great, to be honest. I think we just take Survey. Like, this land can give you a card sometimes. Okay, this is very important. We have only one counter spell on this turn. We don't have Ultima, but we can try to find it. Okay, that's a bait play. Perfect. So this is kind of funny situation. Our opponent wants to bait the play, but if we don't fall for it, they weaken their turn. Now they cannot make the big play. And that's perfect, because now we just go Marang. I don't think they have counter spells. They would cast something already. So we can just continue spamming spells at the end step, and every turn is better and better. And now we might use the Fountainport. We also have the bird. We kind of want to protect it, so, you know, I don't want to waste it. We have very few win cons in this deck. And this is probably the turn when they will go all in. With some small creatures, I guess. Okay, this will be fun. It's what, 2/2s? I don't even remember. Okay, that's way better than I expected. They can cycle cards with this. Sure. We could kill it in response to prevent it, but I don't think we really care. Because now we have the bird. 3, 6, and now we are the aggressor. Did they shuffle the library? I think no. No, they just crafted. Okay, that's fine. So let's get some cards. More mana. More Fountainports. And as you can see, we are entering the sweet stage of the game where we are pretty golden, and we have double counter spell. Okay, definitely one. And we still need lands, but they can be untapped. We have enough value in this hand that we can, you know, not keep the surveillance. Alright, we are closing on our opponent, but they still have like probably one power turn when they, you know, triple spell or something like this. 1, 2. And if they play land, they can make the third one. So one of them goes through, and this is what our opponent is trying to get for, or to get to. However, we have Ultima in the deck, so I think even if something sneaks through our guard, we can just, you know, sweep everything. We should be able to find it. We can also make some treasures every time they are passive. Librarian already does a lot, and this tap spells doom for our opponent. I think we got them. I think with this play, they just won't have enough. Like, this is soon lethal, man. We swing again for 7. Yeah, they only have 5 mana. So this is the cool part about playing control. Like, it feels like nothing is happening, but every single turn gets you closer and closer to just having like a real, you know, control over the game. And when you get it, I mean, your opponent can do absolutely nothing, and it's just execution at this point. They still have 5 mana. They can try to get something more. I mean, theoretically, kinda works. We could make another. Mana is very important. I honestly think we take it. They got few cards. They need to make a power turn on one of the next ones. And before, well, I guess they can draw. Maybe they will play something. No, we play a dance step, so this is really good for us. We go for 7, right? 2, 4, 7. And thanks to the Librarian, you can kinda play this slow game plan, because you just get more and more stuff, and you pressure more and more. Let's play the Verge. And now all we need to do is survive the next turn, basically. We can use Anchorage, so it's 2 turn lethal. And this is it. Our opponent needs to find a way. Do we need stuff? Yeah, we need all of those. Let's just make sure that we can defend. This is where they need to go all in. And we were preparing for the whole game for this one turn. Let's go. Let's go. They might have some Soul Blades. It's a little bit unfortunate that this is an 8/8. So they are left on 1. So we need to make additional play. And here it starts. Here it starts. This is something we need to answer. Now we fight for mana. They spent 3 mana, and we are spending 3 mana. They don't know how many counter spells we have. We have triple blue. In all honesty, this is not relevant. Oh, this is such a trap. So basically, this is the best card of the deck, but on this turn it does absolutely nothing, and there won't be next turn. This is the play they actually wanted. And this is the one we are waiting for. See, the whole game we're preparing for exactly this turn. And we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. And this is exactly 9 damage. And we can... Soul Blade, not really, but I will still go for the Anchorage. Just in case. And that's how you execute with a control. Man, so far it's going kinda great. Okay, so first of all, before we start the outro, I want to know what you guys think about this one huge control mirror. Is everyone as excited as me for playing a land and passing a turn? I hope you guys are, because this game, like, if you like see the place in between the passing the turn, then I think there was so much like tension and, you know, like cutthroat plays, and you know, our opponent literally tried to trick us into making a misplay and going for the wrong game plan, but we were aware what is going on, and our opponent knew it exactly, so they just gave up. They knew that we didn't take the bait and it just didn't work, and we went for the correct game plan that our build is actually favored, because we have Fountainports, we have Demolition Fields. Wow, we actually have 4 of those. That's more than I expected. And yeah, basically our version is superior for control mirrors. We destroy all the lands they have, and we have some of ours, and we can pressure them. And you know, I think they drew a little bit too many cards. I think we're first to notice that whoever draws more will have to make the first play. And we also have Librarian, but this will die, so... Yeah, that was a cool one. Tell me what you think, and before we talk about the deck and the whole build more, our absolute legend for today and the recipient for this hopefully a bit of game of the year. I cannot remember a cooler game of control mirrors this year, so I think this could be the one. This goes to Papa Ponton, our absolute legend on the channel, and my friend, I hope you enjoyed it. This deck is for you, and even if you enjoyed a little bit less than me, I'll take it, as long as you had fun. So thank you for supporting the channel as always. And about this build, I was thinking about this one quite a lot, and I really like it. Even the Annul, the card that I literally didn't play, I think, since Historic. That's the last thing I remember using it. It's such a cool card right now, especially that you have 1, but on the crucial turn that you're preparing for 20 turns, you will have 1 mana counter spell, and there are tons of artifacts and enchantments, so I like this addition. With Jeskai Revelation and the Bird, you have pretty decent win cons. I think it's a little bit harder to close the game than with like Mill game plan, but usually you can find a way, and against non-control decks this is absolutely enough. Like, they cannot beat those cards, it's just too much. And this version is like super like versatile. Look, like you have some split ups, you have Sim Rips, Annuls, you have different ways to draw cards with the Librarian, Revelation, 1 Marang, which is kind of interesting game plan, and some Ultima, some Sweepers, Beza, a single one. So even though those are the cards we kind of know, and you know, a lot of them are not new, let's be honest, the versatility of this deck is pretty darn huge. Like, you can make plays with this, and you know, tailor when do you want Day of Judgment? Do you think your opponent has artifacts and you need to keep Ultima? Those are big decisions if you actually want to master the deck. We still have full sideboard. This is of course the best of 3 release, and we have some fire magic. Oh, the Fried Badger, this is the one. And we also have the Monument in the sideboard as the alternate win con. So the sideboard seems extremely powerful, with really hard answers to a lot of decks. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. We won't make it any longer than it already is, but I hope you had fun and enjoyed this control gameplay. That's very fun. If you actually delve into it, I think it's more interesting than just hitting face. But that's just me, just sharing. my passion a little bit for control decks. Unfortunately, we don't have black, but you know, I'll take it. Okay, enough rambling. Thank you to all the patrons. You guys are absolutely awesome, and we'll wrap this video before I start talking about control even more. If you stayed until the end, you are a true hero, and I would love to see in the comments. I will read them because I'm curious. So yeah, that's it, and see you guys tomorrow.